Hey y'all. There was something very important that came. So this is part 2 for the collective. Let's use a different deck because I cleared it out. The energy was kind of crazy, but this is part 2. Let's see what happens with this. Part 2. Let's use this deck. I am going to probably use this one for clarifying. Spirits, what do we have for the collective again? This is part 2 for the collective. What do we have for the collective, spirits? What do we have for the collective? What do we have for the collective, spirits? What do we have? We have the Lovers, the bottom of the deck. So, what do we have? What do we have for the collective? Thank you, spirits. What do we have? What do we have for the collective, spirits? What do we have? What do we have for the collective? What do we have? Justice. Justice. What else? Thank you, spirits. The Emperor. What else do we have for the collective? Thank you, spirits. What else do we have for the collective? I feel like somebody wants to know some type of information. Because, you know, having the 411 right here, what's the 411? You know what I mean? 411 is information. So somebody either wants to be nosy about something here or somebody wants to know what happened. Maybe you started telling a story and didn't finish, and these people or this person is interested in knowing the rest of the story. Eight of Swords in the reverse. So I feel like somebody's coming out of jail. Yep. In this reading right here, somebody's coming out of jail. This might be something that's going to be either sunset or right when sunrise. So, yeah, that's what I see here. What else for the collective, spirits? What else for the collective? I feel like spirits, what else for the collective? This could be someone of the fire sign. I'll fix the camera in a few so you guys can see the cards. Yeah, someone is coming home. Spirits, what else do we have for the collective? Give me 4 more cards. The Lovers. It was at the bottom of the deck. Here it goes. What else for the collective? 3 more cards. 10 of Cups. So, the 5 of Cups and the Lovers. There's some type of sorrow, maybe regrets, sadness. Then you have the 10 of Cups here. So I feel like this is looking like somebody's going to leave. Somebody's thinking about leaving a third party situation, whether it's the family part of it or the side piece part of it. If it's not that, then it's like a family home. Maybe like mom and dad type of home, where they may go to that home or they leaving that home. Something like that. 2 more cards, spirits, 2 more cards. Because I do know that the 4 of Wands is here. You know, the 4 of Wands is like home. Happy home is what I'm getting. Growth in this home. So it's like I'm gonna go here because this feels at home instead of going over there. But it's something is iffy. Let me see. 1 more card, spirits. 1 more card. 1 more card. Something is about to change here. It's an abrupt change, though. It's an abrupt change. Page of Pentacles, some type of news. Some type of news here. Let me get this quick. All right, so it's been some hardships here. Someone has been through pretty much hardships to maintain some type of bond here. But this is the card I just picked up. The 9 of Wands is that wounded warrior, but this is something that's very close to home. These other cards that came out, I'm just gonna take a quick look. If I feel it matches the story, I'll keep them. But if not, I'm going to get rid of the energy but it's looking like it's the outcome. Somebody was given an ultimatum here, collective. I don't know if it's you who was given the ultimatum or you yourself gave someone an ultimatum here. And this is what's about to take place. So this is about to play out, okay? So I showed you Justice and the Emperor, right? So after Justice and the Emperor, you got the 8 of Swords in the reverse and the 4 of Swords in the reverse. Something that happened fast is what I'm getting out of this. So it's like someone is on their way home. And I feel like this is someone who is trying to take the time on their way home to think or rethink, reanalyze, because they are in change mode. Okay, I went in for this. I want to come out and do things right now. I want to do things right, but before I get home, let me think of how to get these things in order, right? So that no drama happens. But then again, the drama is going to happen. Like they say, collective, when you want to be beautiful, there is pain, right? So when you want something so bad, when you are in a relationship and you want things to work, sometimes you have to put in a fight. Sometimes you have to struggle. Sometimes you have to basically prove yourself, right? Not only to the spouse, but also to the universe. So you have the Lovers here, and then you have the Ten of Cups. Someone who is going to basically go towards communication. Something that is going to come to an end. So we have, after the Lovers, we have the Ten of Cups and the Five of Swords. There may be some type of snarl remarks throughout an argument that has to do with staying with family or leaving the family, because this person is basically looking for a better opportunity. And they are waiting for some type of news to come in for these opportunities to start playing. There's some type of decision that has to be made that may be ignored because of some type of sorrow and regret in the air. But I do see some moving on, moving forward from this. I see someone being let down, and that's where the drama comes in. And then here comes some self-love, filling my own cup up to see if I still have enough to give. And there will be enough to give, but there will be that decision that has to be made still lingering around. And then here comes that Nine of Wands, because each one of those 9 wands is a scenery, a doing, a fight, a struggle. Whatever the 9 of Wands, each one stands for when it comes to what you've been through, collective, or what you're going through, or what you've been through, going through, is still going through, because you got the Knight of Swords as the overall energy, but in the reverse. We're going to clarify, but still. Knight of Swords in the reverse and the 9 of Wands in the upright. Someone is tired and kind of pissed off of this situation here, because it's like, okay, everything else is good. Everything else is good. But in order for me to go in my home with a positive vibe, a positive attitude, a positive mindset, I must go and handle this here. Now, this drama might not linger around for long, but when it does happen, it's not pretty. So, let's clarify. So, why is Justice here? Let's start with Justice, even though it's on in the upright. The 5 of Cups is in the reverse and it's attached to the Justice. So I want to know, why is Justice here, spirits? Why is justice here for the collective? Two of Swords. So the Two of Swords is in the upright, clarifying justice. And then justice is aligned with the Two of Swords in the reverse with this near future coming in, which explains pretty much some type of decision is being ignored. I feel like, collective, you might be at the crossroads of two people in your life, or two different situations in your life that you can only choose one or the other because there's an ultimatum here. It's clear. It's clear that the Lovers is here, so it's like this could be a family man or family woman, either or. Why is justice here? Give me more for justice. Spirits, why is justice here? Thank you, spirits. Why is justice here? Why is justice here? Why is justice here, spirits? Why is justice here? Why is justice here? Okay, so we have messages. Something that's going to work out, like I said, but you cannot keep ignoring this decision that has to be made. The Eight of Wands is with the Magician here and the Two of Swords. Things will come out the way they should come out, the way you expect them to come out if you make this decision, if you decide to do the right thing. You have the tools, you have what you need in order to make things better, because there is that energy lingering around that you can go back in through the judicial system, basically. We're going to clarify that anyway, but there is still that energy. I don't know, this person can be the collective. You can be someone who is in the streets doing whatever you do in the streets. I'm not saying homeless. You have a home. So I do see energies that don't want you to do good. Why is the Eight of Swords here in the reverse, spirits? Why is the Eight of Swords here in the reverse? Strength, but it's crossing. So strength. Why is the Eight of Swords here in the reverse? I sense that someone may make you feel like decking them or something like that, but you need to hold your composure. Like, you really need to try and control yourself, because the Emperor is about control. You have control, but somebody kind of takes you out of whack. So you can control yourself. I feel like you're not going to let everyone know. I said it. This might be some secret, some surprise. You come out and you take time to yourself. Nobody knows you're coming out. Somebody's coming out, and nobody's going to know, because this person is going to take time to themselves to contemplate, to rethink. Something here about options, letting go of options. Clean slate. Clean slate is what I hear. Controlling emotions, controlling the way you react to certain scenarios, certain words. Yes. So you have to be careful not repeating whatever you're coming out from there, repeating it again. Don't keep making that mistake, because it can add up to you being in there for longer. So why is this Five of Cups in reverse? Why is the Five of Cups in reverse? Strength again. Why is the Five of Cups in reverse and the Sun? Happiness. You're happy, but someone ain't going to be happy. And you need the strength to confront whoever it is that you're going to confront, to tell them that you no longer want anything to do with this group of people, or just you don't want anything to do with this. You don't have no emotional attachment anymore to whatever this is or was. One more for the Five of Cups in reverse. And they're not going to like it. Of course. They're not going to like it. This could be a lover. Someone might have had a mistress or some secret love affair, and you want to get out of it, and you're trying to get this person. You're trying to avoid problems. So this person is not going to adapt to that easy. They're not going to want to let go that easy. So collective, you're in for some drama behind whatever this attachment was. Why is the Five of Swords here? Five of Swords, thank you, spirits. Justice. So you can end up back in if you do what you shouldn't be doing. Five of Swords. Why is the Five of Swords here? Why is the Five of Swords here? So justice. Sorry, I had to pause. Justice for Five of Swords. To me, there's some type of violence here that can occur if words are not said right, or if things are taken a little bit out of content. I don't know. But for justice to be here with the Five of Swords, somebody has to be the bigger person and kind of like bring balance. It's the only way. It's the only way. Give me more for the Five of Swords, spirits. Thank you. Why is the Five of Swords here for the collective, spirits? Thank you. King of Wands. Yep. Nine of Wands in the reverse. And then the Fool. So basically, you are going to be the bigger person if it's you, collective. The only way good news is going to come in if you continue to move the right way and make the right decisions. And I see that that's what you're going to do. Moving forward, to this Two of Swords in the reverse. Let's see why this Two of Swords in the reverse is here. So why is the Two of Swords in the reverse? Why is the Two of Swords in the reverse? Four of Wands. So decision that has to do with home, with your romantic life, with the harmonious part of your life. What makes you happy? What do you rather do, or where do you rather be? What are you in it for? What else? What else with this Two of Swords in the reverse? Because Two of Swords in the reverse is undecisiveness. Two of Swords in the reverse. Why is the Two of Swords in the reverse for the collective, spirits? Thank you. Let's take them. You feel like so your decision is pending on, is it going to be enough? Not for yourself, but for the other person. Am I going to be enough? Am I going to be able to do enough for that person? And you shouldn't even be worried about that. I feel like there's some type of like karma lingering around here with something that was exposed in an embarrassing way, which may be the reason why it's hard for you to make this decision, which then leads to another decision that's not being made, that comes in with multitasking, handling. Can I deal with this and this at the same time? Can I be there for both at a fair time? Can I provide? Can I do for myself as well? So there's like some type of misjudgment of yourself is what I see here. Maybe you think you're not enough, and you are. So I feel like one of you is more of the go-getter, the outgoing person, the person who is always fixing themselves up, not worried about losing. Meanwhile, there's one that's very empathic, very emotional, but y'all want to be together, and something kind of like gets in the way of the stability of this connection, right? Not making you lose your home, but the stability part of it. There might be downfalls every now and then that are financial, because one person is so empathetic that they are willing to help people who come with the pity stories, the pity, and they help, and then this person is like, why did you even do that? Like, fuck them. Like, let's do us. Forget about helping them, because we're fucked up in a little way because of helping them. And this is where the balancing has to play. If you're in with someone in a home, that's who matters more. Not no outside influences that just want to come because you got a nice car, because you got nice clothes, and your spouse, she's looking amazing and her hair's always fixed up, nails, and nobody should be allowed to come in between your finances. You're together, and your finances is for you, for your home. So once in a blue, helping someone in need is one thing, but coming out and helping people who don't deserve the help because they're constantly clinging, codependent on that dollar or two that they're used to you giving every now and then. And you shouldn't have to hide that from your spouse. If your spouse is telling you don't do it, that spouse of yours is guiding you the right way, because what matters is us, never them. Don't feel sorry for these pity party people. Don't. That's what's going on here. Now I see what's going on. Knight of Wands in reverse. Why is the Knight of Wands in the reverse here for the collective? Why is the Knight of Wands in the reverse here for the collective, spirits? Thank you. Knight of Wands in the reverse. Knight of Wands in the reverse. Knight of Wands in the reverse, spirits. That's 2 cards that came out. So it's someone still wants to like spy when it comes to social media. Someone wants to look and see if you're a waste of time to continue to fight for. That's that Knight of Wands. This person is going to be on your social media checking to see for pictures, if you're happy, if you're posting happy, if you're not posting. You know, it's like they're still looking to see if they have an opportunity to go ahead and talk to you or whatever. So, messy. But if you wouldn't have gotten involved, there wouldn't be none of this going on. But it's messy. I feel like there's a baby mother who cannot deal with your new relationship, or vice versa. It could just be that you are in a new family dynamic and this ex is not like happy to see you happy and moving on. So why is the Six of Swords in the reverse here? Why is the Six of Swords in the reverse here? Okay, so you are, yeah. Don't give them what they want. Don't. You don't have to post anything on social media about you and your spouse being happy to prove to anybody that you no longer want to fuck with them. No. I see things going better for you, just moving forward. Letting it be. This person, the drama, the Six of Swords in the reverse, what I see is that you are going to have to deal with this the way that is being presented to you. It's a test. You're being tested now by the universe to see if you can do it in a way that is different. So it's like new solutions to old problems, new ways of reactions, like new ways to react, new ways to handle old problems that have been lingering around, and it will work out for the better. Also, keeping it to yourself. So instead of sharing anything with any of your friends or on social media, keeping it a secret helps boost up some type of luck that you have on your side, some type of good karma that you have here will work out amazingly if you keep it. Okay? That's what I see here, because there are ignorant people. I feel like you attract younger crowds, in that if you are someone who attracts younger crowds as friends, that's not a problem. But your duty is to guide, not let yourself be guided by people who don't know as much as you do about life. Your journey is totally different from theirs. I'm not saying the younger people may not be mature, but there is immaturity here when it comes to emotions. They're not going to be the type of people to give you the right advice when you're going through something with your spouse. So just keep it to yourself. If you do have a little argument here or disagreement there with your spouse, don't even bother. And yes, you have new opportunities here. You have new ideas that you need to keep to yourself. Keep it to yourself. Keep it within the family. Keep it within the family. Okay? If it's 4 in your family, keep it only between you 4. And that's it. That goes for money that you work hard for. To have what? to have everything you need, a happy home, food, clothing, rent paid, right? Warm, because you're paying the bills, utilities. You have a car, you have transportation, you have everything you need, and you might be envied. Envied. And that's what I see here, collective. That's what I see. There's nothing else to clarify. And you got the Ace of Cups right here. And I feel like this energy is great. We all who are living have to learn, right? Some people be like, oh, tarot readings, this, they evil, whatever. But tarot readings give you insight with what you may feel confused about in your life, or what next move to make. It helps. It gives insight. So please. What advice, spirits? Let's see. What advice do you have for the collective, again, with the tea leaves? What advice do you have? Give me one more. And then you got key, successful outcome to your problems. Successful problems. Successful. And you have Rooster. Crazy. Rooster. An arrogant, boastful person you should not cross. What did I just say about age difference? That's the Rooster. Someone who doesn't know how to talk in a calm voice. Someone who may ruffle people's feathers with the way they approach, with the way they talk. And there goes that Five of Swords that I was talking about, connected to the Six of Swords in the reverse. The drama person, the drama queen, someone who just has a crazy outburst. Secret admirer, the vase, right? I said it. If you wouldn't have opened that door, this would have never existed, collected. Tankard. Celebration, fun, enjoyment. You still have good coming in. There are still reasons to celebrate, but you have to be careful with what you let you're seen. You have to step out. You have to go to the store. You have to go food shopping. You have to go to work. You have to come back home. So you're being seen, but try to stay out of it. Try to calm down with some type of group here that you know yourself are a little bit on the toxic side, and they take you out of your character, and then you end up having to be here with justice and all this extra stuff that's going on. You do have a good head on your shoulders, I say, but you can get distracted, and these distractions can kind of delay your success. But you do have the key to success and the upright, and I wish you the best with everything that's going on. Stay tuned for all the other readings. I'm about to be posting off. It's going to be the zodiac signs. So I have a lot of work to do, you guys. I have a lot of catching up to do with y'all on my channel. I would appreciate it if you subscribe. Yes, most of all, subscribe to my channel. Yes, share the videos or let people know and have them subscribe to my channel. And I see y'all later with the rest of the readings. Thank you. See y'all again.